Hello, Anushka. Take out the book, The Footprints Without Feet, Lesson 6. Ruchi Tendi, listen. Lesson 6. The Footprints Without Feet, The Making of a Scientist. In this story, are you listening me? In this story, there is the story of a scientist, a small boy reading in class 10, and he is becoming a scientist. What are the qualities to become a scientist? A scientist must have a first-rate mind, he must have curiosity, and he must have winning to win. Winning to win. These are the qualities. Are you listening me? Anybody can talk to me? Ruchi, Anushka, Vaibhavi. You can talk to me. Are you listening me? Garima is coming. Okay. See the book, page number 32. See the book. Ah, Anushka has told yes, sir. Very good. Very good. Page number 32. The making of a scientist. How a boy can become a scientist? How a girl can become a scientist? What are the qualities that make a scientist? First quality is that we must have the first rate mind. First rate mind. Mind of high quality. Second, we must have the curiosity, eager. And third, we must have the desire to win. Richard E. Bright has received the Shirley Scholar Award and the serving Palau Anand for biochemistry and molecular biology. Some students are there. Okay. Okay. Come on the point. Page number 32. Richard A. Bright. There are three characters in this story. The most important character, the major character is Richard E. Bright. Page 32. The making of a scientist. The book is Footprints Without Feet. Lesson 6. The making of a scientist. Just I was talking that what are the qualities they make a student scientist. First quality is first rate mind. Second quality is curiosity. Khushi, listen. And third quality is winning quality. We must have desire to win. We must have desire to learn. Must have desire to do something great. So Richard A. Bright, see the in the bracket written on page 32. Richard A. Bright has received the Shirley Scholar Award and the Severing Palau Award for biochemistry and molecular biology. It was his fascination. Fascination is attraction for butterflies. He had done a lot of researches on the butterflies that opened the world of science to him. This small boy reading in class 10th, and he had interest in butterflies. And he had done a lot of researches, a lot of inventions, how many kinds of butterflies are, what are the food, what are the qualities, which type of the butterflies are there, all things he has researched. See, some questions are there on page 32. Book is story book, The Footprints Without Feet. Lesson is 6. How did a book become a turning point in Richard C. Bright's life? The book is the Travels of Monarch 10 that opened a new world of science to Richard. Books can change our life. When we want to progress in our life, we must read the books. Books can change us. Books can do the wonder. One book unto this last made Mahatma Gandhi a great man. One book can change your life. Two books made Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam a great person. One book is Bible, Gita, Quran. These three books can change us. How did his mother help him? Mother was giving scientific equipments. She was providing all the needs, and she was arranging the trips for science. In this way, mother helped him. See, page 32. At the age of 22, a former scout of the year excited the scientific world with a new theory. There was a boy, his name is Richard Wright. He did a wonderful thing. He made a theory on how cells work. First of all, people did not know how the cells work. So, Richard H. Bright, this is the name of this boy, and his college roommate, met his friend, explained the theory in an article in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science. There was one new magazine, in that his article was printed. So, page number 32, paragraph 2. It was the first time this important scientific journal means magazine, had ever published the work of a college students. He was very good student, good scholar, Richard H. Bright. Before him, only the good scientists, their articles were printed in the magazine. But in that magazine, producing proceedings of the National Academy, first of all, one article written by a student that was printed. So, Rishiraj, make yourself mute and listen to me. Footprints without feet, I am teaching you. I am teaching you lesson 6, paragraph 2. It was the first time that this important scientific journal had ever published the work of college students. In sports, that would be like making the big leagues. It is a phrase, be making a big league. It means doing a great development. Big leagues at the age of 15 and hitting a home run, your first time at bat. This was a wonderful thing that this boy who was 15 years old, he wrote one article and that was printed in a respected scientific magazine. So, for Richard Bright, it was the first in a long string of achievement. He had done a lot of achievements. This was the first achievement that his one article was printed in the magazine. In science and other fields, and it all started with butterflies. Is to a small child, to the small children, butterflies attract the children. So he was attracted to the butterflies and he made one lab full of butterflies. And he did a lot of researches also on the food type of the butterfly, kinds of butterflies. See paragraph 3. An only child, Ibrahim grew up north of Reading. Reading is the name of the place. He was the only child of his parents. Pennsylvania, this is the name of the country. There was not much I could do there, he said. He said to himself that he could not do a lot of works. He could not do in the field of science. Uh, I certainly could not play football or baseball with a team of one. He was a very good player also, but he could not play the football or baseball. But there was one thing I could do, collect things. He was collecting the butterflies. He made one lab full of the butterflies. So he did, and did he beginning in kindergarten. Kindergarten is the first class when a child gets admission. Kinder means child, garden is the means garden. So first of all, the educationists were thinking that man was probable from France, that in the garden the children learn a lot. So in the kindergarten, he showed his intelligence. He bright collected butterflies with the same determination. Determination is a strong desire. That has marked all his activities. He had Satyendra. He has uh, Determination. Without determination, there is no success. For the success, we must be determined. When we are determined, we get success. So he has a determination. He collected the butterflies. Oh, Richard E. Bright. Only three characters are there in this story. Richard E. Bright, Richard H. E. Bright. He is the main character. You can say hero of this story. After that, Richie is a girl of his age. She was helping in his science programs, science projects, science exhibition, and Richard's mother. These three characters are there. See page number 32, paragraph 4. Did he had collected, he also collected rocks. He had one desire to collect many things. Rocks, fossils, and kinds. He became an eager astronomer. He became a scientist, very eager, curious, to sometimes stargazing all night. Sometimes whole night he was looking into the sky and he was thinking new things. Page number 33. From the first, he had a driving curiosity. Driving means communicating, commanding, along with a bright mind. See, what is the first quality of a scientist? A scientist must have a bright mind. First rate. Second quality, curiosity. Third quality, competitive mind. Winning desire. He also had a mother who encouraged his interest in learning. The boy, Richard H. Bright, his mother was very much interested in his progress. She had encouraged him. She took him on trips, bought them telescope, microscope, cameras, mounting materials, and other equipment, and helped him in many other ways. Behind the success of any small child, there is the sacrifice of parents and teachers. And here, mother. She had taken him on the trips and she had bought a lot of things. She had bought many instruments, just like telescope, microscope, cameras. I was his only companion until he started school. His mother said, mother was not only a mother, she was a very good companion also, friend also. After that, I would bring home friends for him. But at night, we just did things together. And first thing that she supported him, mother supported. Second thing, she brought so many friends, they were supporting. And in the night, they were discussing. Discussion is a good thing. If that is done for a good cause, there is good profit in the discussion. Those people, reading makes a fool man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. So those people, they want to succeed in the life, they do discussion on any topic. So I was the only companion until he started school. His mother said after that I would bring home friends for him at night, but at night we just did things together. Richie, second character. First character is Richard H. Bright. Second character is Richard's mother. Third character, Richie. Richie was a girl. Richie was my whole life after his father died when Richie was in third grade. Richie was reading in third grade. From that time, she was helping to Richard. She had her son spent almost every evening at the dining room table. If he did not have things to do, I found work for him. And the mother of that boy, mother of Richard H. Bright, she was helping a lot. She was doing a lot of works. She was searching the works. She was helping the works, not physical work, but learning things. Works are of two types. Some works are physical, some works are mental. In the physical works, we get less money. In the mental work, we earn a lot of money, respect, name, fame. So, in the learning activity, mother of Richard H. Bright was helping. His mother said he liked it. He wanted to learn. If you have a desire to learn, then you can learn. You know, in learn, three words are there. One is learn, one is earn, one is ear. Cut the N, then there is cut in and L, then that is ear. Cut the L, then this is earn. So the mother was teaching him a lot of things, the mental game. There are two types of development, physical development and mental development. Mental development and physical development both are interdependent. And learn he did. He earned top grades in his school. See, what was the achievement of that boy? In the school, he earned top grades. Top grade means high grades. On everyday things, he was just like every other kid. And in other way, he was just like other children. Kid means child. His mother said, by the time he was in second grade, when he was in second class, Ebright had collected all 25 species. Species means varieties of butterflies found around his hometown. See the following box. See, uh, species and subspecies of butterflies collected in 6 weeks in Reading. Reading is the name of the place. Peninsula is the name of the state. See, page 33. 27 types of butterflies are given here. Grass, gossamer winged butterflies in that white hair streak, Acadian white streak, bronze copper, bog copper, purplish copper, stern-tailed blue, militia blue, silvery blue, snout blue. In the first row, 9 types of butterflies are there. Now in the second row, wood nymphs and satyrs, eyed brown, wood nymph, monarch means king, monarch or milkweed, white sand sulfurs, Olympia, cloudless sulfur, European cabbage, 8. Now 8 kinds of it. In first row 9, in second row 8. Now 10, last row. Brush-footed butterflies. See the kinds of butterflies. We knew till now that there are only 1 or 2 varieties of butterflies. But see in this book, 27 kinds of butterflies are there. Variegated fertility, heritage checker post, pearl crescent, morning clock, painted lady, buck eye, viceroy, white admiral, red spotted purple, hackberry. These are 10 kinds. 10, 8 plus 9. It means 27 kinds of butterflies are there. That probably would have been the end of my butterfly collecting. And the boy was thinking that he has this all. Now there is no any other butterfly. He said, but then my mother got me a children's book called The Travels of Monarchy. This is the book that changed the life of this boy. That book which told how monarch butterflies migrate. Migrate means change the place, change the country. In Hindi, pravas. To Central America, open the world of science to the eager young collector. Who is the young collector here? Richard H. Bright. He had one passion to collect many butterflies. Page 34. At the end of the book, readers were invited to help study butterflies migrations. He had written a book, and in the end of the book, uh, he had invited the readers. They were asked to tag butterflies for research by Dr. Frederick A. Urquhart of the University of Toronto, Canada. Ebright's mother wrote to Dr. Urquhart, and soon Ebright was attaching adhesive tags to the wings of monarch. See what he was doing. Ebright. He was attaching the light adhesive. Adhesive means in Hindi chipkane wala, sticking. Tags means tail, pooch, to the wings of monarch. In the wings of the monarch, he was giving one sign. Anyone who found a tagged butterfly was asked to send the tag to Dr. Urquhart. One more character, Dr. Urquhart. He was a specialist. He was professor in University of Toronto. Dr. Urquhart. These are side characters, minor characters. So the butterfly collecting season around Reading last 6 weeks. Last week continues. In late summer, late means after. In the late summer, the butterfly season was. See graph below. See one graph is given, number collected, kinds of butterflies. Uh, if you are going to chase them one by one, you won't catch very many. If you are chasing, running behind the butterflies, you cannot catch them. So the next step for Ibrahim was to raise a flock of butterflies. Flock means group. He had made a group of butterflies. He would catch a female monarch, take her eggs, and raise them in the basement through their life cycle from egg to caterpillar to pupa to adult butterfly. Butterfly has so many stages, developing stages. He was catching the butterfly, keeping in the lab, and he was raising them. Raising them means palna posna, bringing up, rearing up. Then he would take the butterfly's wings and let them go. And he was not keeping the butterfly for the all time. He was tagging the something and he was making them fly. For several years means so many years, his basement was home to thousands of monarchs. Monarchs means kings in different stages of development. There are many stages of development, and thousands of butterflies were collected by Richard. See, there is a one graph, number and kinds of butterflies collected in 6 weeks. Gossamer winged, wood nymphs and satyrs, brush-footed is number is high. White sand sulfurs, monarch means king, but here monarch is a kind of butterfly. Snout. Eventually means finally, I began to lose interest in tagging butterfly. First of all, he was tagging the butterfly. Then he started to lose the interest. It's tedious. Tedious is tiresome, boredom, boring. And there is not much feedback. He was doing this work, but it was a boring work. He was not getting feedback also. Feedback means support. If Wright said, in all the time I did it, he laughed. Only two butterflies I had tagged were recaptured. And those butterflies he had tagged and made them fly, only two returns. And they were not more than 75 miles from where I lived and where the boy, Wright, Richard H. Wright was living. From there, only to 75 miles, he caught the butterflies. Now some questions are there. What lesson does a Bright learn when he does not win anything at a science fair? There was a science fair. H. Bright went there with his exhibition, and what he learned? He learned that science is not just about display. This is about projects and experiments. He went there with his exhibition, and he learned one thing, that science is not only exhibition, science is not only display, but there should be project also. So, what experiments and projects does Peter undertake? He worked on the viceroy butterflies. What are the qualities that go into the making of a scientist? Scientist must have three qualities. Mind it. First, first rate of mind. Second, presence of curiosity. Third, the desire to win. Three qualities are there. For a scientist is very much busy, very much concentrated. A scientist is very much meditating. Scientist is not in a hurry. Now, page number 35. Then in the 7th grade Miss class, he got a hint of what real science is when he entered a county science fair. County means area. There was a science fair in his area. He went there and he learnt a lot. First of all, he was thinking that making project is enough. Science fair and last means became busy. It was really a sad feeling to sit there and not get anything while everybody else had won something. In that science fair, all the scientists won some prizes. This boy had got nothing. Ibrahim said his entry was slides of frog tissue. And Ibrahim is saying that uh, his subject was frog tissue, which he showed under a microscope. There was a microscope, and with that he was showing them. He realized the winners had tried to do real experiments. See what a winner has to do. Winner has to do the real experiment. Not simply make a neat display, not only showing something. Already the competitive spirit that drives Richard Everett was appearing. Richard Everett has one quality. In him, there was a competitive spirit. Spirit means emotion. I knew that for the next year's fair, I would have to do a real experiment. In first fair, science fair, he got nothing. He said the subject I knew most about was the insect work I had been doing in the past several years. Several years means many years. Now he changed the subject and now he decided to go to that science fair again with full preparation. So he wrote to Dr. Earhart her ideas. He wrote to his teacher her new ideas. And back came a stack of suggestions. Stack means pile, collection of suggestions for experiments. And the guru, Earhart, he suggested many things to this boy. Those kept Ebright busy. And now Ebright became very busy all through high school and led to try projects in county means region, area, and international science fair. He was reading in class 10, but he was attending all the science fairs with his projects. For his eighth grade project, he tried to find the cause of a viral disease. Now he was doing the research. He searched one disease. Viral means that is growing very fast. That kills nearly all monarch caterpillars every few years. One disease was there among the butterflies and all the monarch caterpillars. Caterpillar is the previous stage of butterfly. Butterfly has so many stages after the birth. Ebright thought the disease might be carried by a beetle. Beetle is a kind of insect. First of all, Ebright was thinking that one insect had carried this disease. He tried raising caterpillars in the presence of beetles. Beetle is a kind of large, shiny, black insect. In the presence of the beetles, he wanted to do some experiments. Uh, I did not get any real result, but there was no result. He said, but I went ahead and showed that I had tried the experiment. This time I won. First of all, he got nothing in the science fair. Second time, won. The next year, his science fair project was testing the theory that viceroy butterflies copy monarchs. Now he changed the topic. That viceroy is a kind of butterfly. They do the copy from the monarch butterfly. The theory was that viceroys look like monarchs because monarchs don't taste good to birds, and monarchs are not liked by the birds. Viceroys, on the other hand, do taste good to birds, so the more they look like monarch, the less likely they are to become a bird's dinner. And the birds, they are eating the monarch. The monarch is a kind of butterfly. It was a food for the bird. Ebright's project was to see whether in fact the birds would eat monarch, and he was doing a research, searching that monarch is eating the insects or not. He found that starling is a kind of bird, in Hindi maina, would not eat ordinary bird food. So many types of food are there, but maina is a bird that does not eat the ordinary food. It would eat all the monarchs it could get. Monarch is a butterfly that is the food of maina. If Wright said that research by other people showed that viceroys probably means possibly, uh, do copy the monarch. This project was placed first in the zoology drivers division which department. Zoology is a kind of science. Science has so many kinds. And third overall in the county science fair. And now he did a research. See the photo. How is the monarch butterfly top different from the viceroy butterfly bottom? See those photos. What is the difference? Page number 36. In his second year in high school, Richard Everett began the research what led to his discovery of an unknown insect hormone. Now we change the topic. He was doing the research on the hormones of the body. Indirectly, it also led to his new theory on the life of cells. And now on the life of cells, he was doing some research. The question he tried to answer was simple. What is the purpose of 12 tiny gold spots on a monarch pupa? This is a question. Pupa, caterpillar, these are the previous step of the butterfly. Butterfly is the final stage. Before that, the butterfly had so many stages. Everyone assumed the spots were just ornamental. First of all, people were thinking that the spots are there on the wings of the butterfly. That is ornamental. Ornamental is only for decoration. Sajawat ke liye. Ibrahim said, but Dr. Earhart did not believe it. Dr. Earhart was a specialist. He said, no, no. The color of the butterfly's wings, they are of many types. That is not only for ornament. To find the answer, Ibrahim and another excellent science student first had to build a device. Device means instrument, machine that showed that spots were producing a hormone necessary for the butterfly's full development. There was a question for the complete development of the butterfly. What are necessary things are there? One instrument. This project won Ibrahim first place in the county fair and entry into the international science and engineering. First of all, there was a regional fair. In that, he got first award and he got his admission in the international science and in engineering fair. There, he won third place for zoology. In that big science project fair, he got third place in zoology. He also got a chance to work during the third place, work during the summer at the entomology laboratory of Walter Reed Army Institute of Research. When he was getting success, he got many chances to work in the good labs. Labs are costly things. Your personal labs and the science labs of university both are different. So, as a high school junior, Richard Wright continued his advanced experiment on the monarch pupa. He was a student and his research was going on. That year, his project won first place at the International Science Fair. There was the International Science Fair. His project got the first position and gave him another chance to work in the army laboratory during the summer. Because of his intelligent mind, he got the chance to work in the laboratory of army. That laboratory is very big. In his senior year means final year, 10th class, he went a step further. Further means forward. He grew cells from a monarch's wings in a culture and showed that the cells would divide and develop into normal butterfly wing scales only if they were fed the hormones from the gold spots. Now he did a research that if you are giving the food, the hormone of the gold spots, then there is a development on the monarch king. Monarch king is a kind of butterfly. That project won the first place for zoology at the international fair. See, first of all, in a regional fair also he did not get a chance. Now in the international fair he got the first position. He spent the summer after graduation doing further work at the army laboratory and at the laboratory of the US Department of Agriculture. Now, in the summer season, he was working for two labs. One is army and one is US. The following summer, after his freshman year is first year, at Harvard University, he was a very good scholar. He was a student of Harvard University. Ibrahim went back to the laboratory of the Department of Agriculture and did more work on the hormone from the gold spots using the laboratory's sophisticated means most developed, sophisticated instruments. In the university, the instruments were developed, good instruments. It was able to identify hormones chemical structure. And in this way, he worked there and he got success to identify the chemical structure of hormones. A year and a half later means after, during this junior year is first year, Ibrahim got the idea for his new theory about cell life. It came while he was looking at X-ray photos of the chemical structure of a hormone. One day, he was looking at the X-ray photo and he got one idea. When he saw those photos, Wright did not shout Eureka. Eureka means I found. It is a German word. Or even I have got it. Meaning of Eureka, I found, I got it. But he believed that along with his findings about insect hormones, the photos gave him the answer to one of biology's puzzles. Puzzle means paheli. How the cell can read the blueprint of DNA. DNA is the substance in the nucleus. Nucleus means center of a cell that controls heredity. And now he was doing a research about hereditary, about DNA of the articles. It determines the form and function of the cell. Now, how cell is made? He was doing a research. Thus, NDA is the blueprint for life. And for the life, blueprint means preparation was NDA. DNA. Page number 37. Wright and his college roommate, James R. Wrong, see the other character, worked all that night drawing pictures and constructing plastic models of molecules. They were making picture, they were making plastic models. To show up, it could happen to either they later wrote the paper that explained the theory. And now James R. Wong, and this boy, Richard H. Bright, they wrote a letter, wrote a paper that explained the theory of, butterflies. Surprising, no one who knew him, Richard E. Bright graduated from Harvard with highest honor. He got the university degree. He was a good scientist. Second in his class of 1510, Wright went on to become a graduate student researcher at Harvard Medical School. There he began doing experiments to test his theory. He was a good student, bright student, so he got a chance to work in the lab of the Harvard University. In the theory proves secret. If the theory proves correct, it will be a big steps towards understanding the process of life. He was doing a research. It might also lead to new ideas for preventing some types of cancer. Cancer is a very dangerous disease. To kill cancer, he was doing a research. And other diseases, all of this is possible because of a bright scientific curiosity. Wright has the curiosity, eagerness, and because of that, we have got many things in the field of science. His high school research into the purpose of the sports on monarch people eventually led him to his theory about cell life. And in high school, he got success to study something about cell life. Richard Wright has been interested in science since he first began collecting butterflies, but not so deeply that he has not time for other interest. He had other interest also. Scientists are also singing, playing. Wright also became a champion debater. He was not only a good scientist, but he was champion, means winner debater. Debate is there, Vaad Vivad Pratogita. And public speaker and a good canoeist. Now see the qualities of the boy. He was a very good public speaker. Canoeist means boatman. And all-round outdoors person. He is also an expert photographer. See the quality of this boy. Good photographer, good boatman, good scientist, particularly of nature and scientific exhibits. Exhibit means exhibition. In high school, Richard Wright was a straight A student. In high school, he got the A grade. Because learning was easy, he turned a lot of his energy towards the debating and Model United States Nations Club. He also found someone to admire Richard A. Wherever his social studies teacher and advisor to